All right. Good morning. So I'm back. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm back with my new project for 2026, and I'm pretty excited. Here he is. Here's the first one. Let me just show you that before I tell you what I'm going into. Yeah, take a gander at that. You see, I was sort of. I think everyone knows I'm a little. I don't want to say flighty or manic depressive, but basically, I need inspiration sometimes to get going. So I started doing I started thinking about what a fishman army would look like. Which, by the way, spoiler alert, they did have a few men fish pieces in the fourth edition, I think. But I started doing some drawings, and let me just show you. Go through there. This is the first one I did, and I was like, that looks literally just like a skink. So then I decided to change it to this little guy. Uh, and then when I googled men fish, or I googled fishmen in Warhammer, and menfish came up. Looks a lot like this. But this is the one that I like the most. It's sort of like I gave him more of a fish mouth than a lizard mouth. Made him here, and You'll notice in the sketch too. But anyway, it look. I'll get to that. Hold on a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. So this is a sketch that I really started to like, and I thought I'd sculpt something similar to that. Let me show you a picture of the old. If I could do this, I'll show you a picture of the old menfish miniatures. I think it was fourth edition. There's some sketches, then there's some miniatures that they made of it back in the lead pewter days. It looks very similar, so I had decided to change it just a little bit, and I'll show you how I did that. And then when I was thinking about, like, these are just a little more like, how could I make it more of a fish face? Yeah, then I thought, well, mermaids are kind of like fish women. Um, so I thought mermaids could be part of this whole thing, only with a fishtail, and they could be kind of like a Medusa, but with a fishtail, maybe with like evolutionary little tiny legs coming out instead of fins. This I was thinking, like, what would a queen look like? Basically, I was thinking, like, what if I ran this as a lizardmen army? Yeah, and what would so obviously the slam is the best piece in the lizardman army. Just, well, not the best piece, but one of the most iconic, one of my favorites. But also they have the stegodon, the bastillodon, the like ripper dactyls, which I've never seen on the table. Yeah, so anyway, I thought, what if this would be like a mermaid but with a more fishy thing? The problem I was running into when I was doing the sketch, I was adding these little pieces to the side of the face, like, but then it looked too much like river trolls. So I don't want it to look like skinks. I don't want it to look like river trolls. So here, and I wanted, and the problem with the menfish sketch that I had, my problem with it was that there were two. Well, they looked stupid, but also not really fun in a fun way. They looked just like, I don't know, they looked annoying. So this is what I came up with. I changed the face just a little bit, and instead of giving him those like weird wing ears, I gave him kills. I assume it's a him. And look at that butt. Is that just the cutest, most adorable butt you've ever seen in your life? Look how goofy and stupid this thing is. I love it. It's so stupid. It's so goofy. I love it so much. And I gave him those buggy fish eyes. Here's where I really went deep into the woods of thinking how this army would come about. I didn't give him a belly button or nipples. I thought a belly button probably because he wouldn't be born, he would be hatched, and nipples for the same reason. He probably see, what am I doing? Why am I talking about this? Who thinks about whether or not fishmen would have nipples? Yeah, here's the next one's coming along. This one's a little too big. I have to start worrying about my size creep, otherwise they won't really rank up together too well. This one's a little too big. Maybe I'll make him the champion. Like, look at that mouth. Basically, these are just little milliput teeth I made and then put it together. And then here's the next one, which it's gonna be a little bit smaller. So, yeah. So that this has been my latest army, and I'm thinking it's gonna be a lizard man thing. I also, for some reason, I thought, like, instead of one big armature wire piece, I thought three. That way, for the feet and the hands, I could make the webbing easier. But really, I mean, it's pretty easy to sculpt onto just something like this, to make three toes. But So really I only need it for the hands. So I'm not giving them thumbs. I think it's just going to be like that. Now this is just like, these are going to be like the Saurus guard, the Temple Guard / Saurus warriors. They have halberds. I thought like a fishing boating hook thing would be kind of a cool little halberd attachment. Oh, for some reason I didn't do the bottom of the guy and that little halberd. I need to put a little cap on there. So I figured this is what I'll be doing. Oh, and then I made some more sketches too. Then I thought, well, axolotls are one of the first amphibious creatures, so I think it would be cool to have like a giant axolotl that could be like one of the monsters. We'll see which. This is me being weird with fish. But this I thought was kind of cute. This little salamander guy, and then I could have him sticking his tongue out or like spitting, maybe a little gobber. So I think these will be the skinks. I'm gonna make these little, and then yeah, these are. This I was thinking, like, do you remember those middle-aged sketches, the marginalia? I was thinking along that vein, and I may do some more research into that. I know they have very goofy little marginalia pictures that I love so much. And I think an axolotl, but I also think, what if I gave him 6 legs? I'm obsessed with 6 legs lately. What's going on with that? And I do think mermaids will be the the cold one riders. Because it'll be, these guys will be kind of like, the tail will kind of look like a steed, and these guys will kind of look like they're on top. I think that's what I'm gonna go with that. That's what I'm, but I mean, there's so many fun things I could do with like the monsters too, the giant creatures. I could do like a big crab with a something on its back. I could do like, you know, walking sharks, you know, whatever. Snails. I could do sea cucumbers, starfish. Yeah, so anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm still working. I need to work on this size creep. What's going on? All right, I'll make the next one smaller. But anyway, I figure if I get a dozen of these guys or so, I'll start working on the skinks. Before that, what I was doing, I was thinking like, what it'd be fun to do like I was thinking about my cat army, and I thought about cat squigs, and that's where I sculpted this little guy, which I'm not entirely sold on. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. You know, and like this is another one I started, but just didn't quite finish. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So then I thought I would take a step back, and then I had the idea for these guys, and yeah. So I think it's just adorable. I think it's literally the cutest thing I've ever sketched. I mean, look at that butt. How adorable. So, yeah, this is one of my favorite sculpts. Not gonna lie. Let me see if is this size little creep getting up there? Yeah, I'm gonna shut his mouth. I think that way he won't be so tall. But really, it's more the side to side. That's the big problem. So, we'll see. I have a bunch of things. Whatever. I'll work on that when I'm not holding a camera in my hand. Another thing I'm gonna do. I saw this thing you do with toilet paper and basic PVA glue. You can make little, I think I used it to make lichens. Hold on a second. I'll show you what I did with that. Yeah, here we go. Which, by the way, this could actually probably be part of the army if I took him off, this little guy. I don't know. Maybe I'll just make another anglerfish. But I used this toilet paper and wood glue to make this lichen. I think if I make it so it's like draping off more, I might be able to make it into a sort of a seaweed look, like he just got out of the sea and there's like seaweed on him. Yeah, I might try that trick, but I might do another trick too. This guy really would. Ah! It's fall. All right. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this guy really could work as part as like a stegodon or something like that, but I don't know. Do I really want to take him off the base? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That would be cool though, right? But it'd be like a tree monster instead of a lizard monster. I don't know. I like it as is. So maybe I'll just leave it and make a new one. Yeah. Maybe I'll do something different, similar, but whatever. I digress. So there they are. That's my new project. Yeah. And there's a little butt shot. All right. Enough with the butt. Never enough with the butt. So, all right. Thanks a lot, guys. hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you like what's coming in 2026. I hope this desk looks even messier the next time I'm here, because that will show that I'm really working hard. But if not, so be it. All right, thanks. Bye.